Be Inspired is the fastest growing UK edutainment event for businesses and entrepreneurs.
I'm yet to find an event like Be Inspired. Personality, spirituality, business, marketing, sales, people, love, it's got everything.
As soon as you walk in the room, you can just feel the energy and the vibe is just completely different.
Whether you are an introvert, an extrovert, an ambivert, there's just so much warmth and love and friendship and support.
We've wanted to come for the last couple of years, but didn't. Obviously, financial things, you always think, oh, I can't do that, but it's the best money we've ever spent. Thought I was going to be sat in a corner, not speaking to anybody. Everybody's so welcoming. To meet people in person that can benefit both businesses, it's mind-blowing.
We're creating safe spaces for conversations that matter in life and in business.
There's something about stepping into a busy environment that can often be really worrying for a lot of people. What happens every year at Be Inspired is we move things forward around inclusion, diversity and equality.
I'm neurodivergent myself, so having like Sense Story where I can go and be in a quiet space, where I can really kind of ground myself, be able to get the full experience of Be Inspired but to keep myself safe.
We bring you the very best in upcoming UK and global speaking talent, bringing you their businesses, their missions, their message to inspire, motivate and celebrate you as we all rise together.
It feels like a real sort of collaboration. Everybody's on your side. They want you to win. They want you to succeed.
Because of the belief that they have in you, it allows you to have the belief in yourself. The contacts, the connections, the friendships, the development of my business has all stemmed from that one experience.
Expect high energy, engaging talks that are going to leave you fired up and ready to take on the world.
Doors are opening and conversations are starting. I'm partly kicking myself that I haven't done it before.
We want you to come and learn and laugh and be inspired with us. And the naughty kids are welcome.
If you're thinking about coming to Be Inspired, definitely make that leap of faith, get your ticket. Everything in business that is important and impactful is really tough, and to have a team like this that's got your back is just going to help you grow and grow and grow.
You can get your ticket right now to our next event by going to www.IamTheQueenBee.co.uk. Good morning, everyone. How are you? It's only like maybe the third time that I've watched that video all the way through. And I just think, bloody hell, we are good people doing good things. That event is just taking off and it's amazing. Welcome to the show, Wise Up, Rise Up show. For those of you that are new, my name's Danny Wallace. I am the Queen Bee. I don't normally present the show from my car. Normally we have the show on a Monday, Wednesday and a Friday at 9:30. Things have been a little bit strange the last couple of weeks. So I just wanted to jump on this morning and say hello, good morning. And also apologise for how sporadic things have been with the show. Some of you that are in the hive will know that we've had a family bereavement and things have been pretty tough for lots of different reasons over the last couple of weeks. So as we sort of head out into next week's and the weeks coming, things will get back into more of a regular rhythm. But sadly, we lost my father-in-law just over a week ago in what was a very, very short and very unexpected illness. And it's really kind of rocked the foundations of our family and everything that's been going on. And in the meantime, we've been in launch and I've been up and down the country still. So it's been a lot. So going live has been particularly difficult. I think when you show up like I do, I think it's really important that we do it in authenticity and we do it when we're in strength and when it's right. And in honesty, going live the last couple of weeks have been really difficult. So there've been times where I've kind of had to go live because we've been in launch. And then there's been other times where it's been a choice. And the show for me, for the most part, is a choice. I do it because I love it. I do it because it gets me out of bed in the morning. I do it because I get to hang out with you guys. And things are going to change for the Short Wise Up Rise Up show in the not too distant future. And there's going to be really exciting ways that you lot are going to be able to get involved, new things that are coming too. But I wanted to just kind of jump in this morning. And yes, it's early. It's not at 9:30. We're still in that kind of sporadic, trying to get back into a regular rhythm sort of thing. But I just kind of wanted to jump on this morning whilst I get ready for what is going to be a really exciting day for me. I am at the Belfry in Birmingham with Nick James's incredible mastermind for a couple of days. Going to be really doing some focus on the structural parts of IOTQB and all of the next bit. So what we've been doing over the last 3 years is really building at a rate of knots, as many of you have found, right? As many of you have been watching on and been a part of it, been a part of this incredible community. And what we found now is that because of the way that Be Inspired has gone, both the program and the event itself, we've kind of hit this massive, incredible, unexpected glass ceiling, which allows us some time right now to hold some space to work out how do we serve even more of you. So lots of you will know the Be Inspired program, there's just one space left on the September cohort, only 5 spaces left on the March cohort. For anybody that wants to have a chat with me about it, if you go to imthequeenbee.co.uk, you can book in a little chat, we can have a natter and see if it's right for you. But a lot of that's kind of like the high-end packages. You know, it's a for the March one, it's a 5-figure investment. It's important that I have opportunities for more people to kind of do some learning with me. Like lots and lots and lots of you have been following me for a long, long time, and that might be prohibitive to work with me in that capacity. So we've been working out ways for us to hang out together and to learn with each other in a way that's a little bit more accessible and a little bit more broad spectrum. So that's really exciting, and that's what I'm working on at the minute with the team. So what this unexpected and incredible wave of momentum has allowed for me is to have a look at, okay, that's great, but how do we help even more people in a way that might not be, you know, so financially prohibitive? So I'm very excited to be sharing what that looks like with you over the next few weeks. So please do keep your peepers peeled. Yeah, Deb, exactly that. Nick is amazing at this stuff. And for me, it's always, I'm very good at being told what to do because I've no problem showing up, and my team have no problem showing up. And sometimes it's just, right, we need to hold the fort for a second and just like, let's look like what's going on here. What structurally do we need to make happen? And shining a spotlight on that right now is really important. So I'm holding space over the next few weeks for my team and I to really sharpen up the focus on that. But yeah, so things have been rough, and you've sort of seen me post on and off and cryptically, because it's been my father-in-law, it's been my husband's family where these things have been difficult. These things haven't been, you know, my announcements to make, or I'm very, very mindful of my incredible mother-in-law and my incredible sisters-in-laws and our respective families. That our family situation isn't about me, and it's not about me making grand announcements. But things have been really difficult, and sort of the battles that we've been facing underneath have been very, very real. And it's been a travesty. It's been a travesty to see my family like suffer the way that they have, especially when he was such a good man. And that's made it really difficult for me to unemotionally, like not unemotional, I'm never not emotional, am I? But to be able to show up in a way that is meaningful to you. You know, I always say to everybody that I work with, if you're speaking, then you speak from the scar and not the wound. And this period of time isn't necessarily at the point where it's a scar, but I'm not, me personally, I'm not in the raw aftermath. So yeah, it's taken me a little bit to get live. It's taken me a little bit to kind of show up. We did the launch live on Friday just gone. And that was, you know, really, really difficult. And I was launching in a way that I wouldn't have normally liked to have done. You know, I was at my mum-in-law's house, and I'd taken the flip chart, was in the living room, and I wasn't at home, and I wasn't in the kind of my corner of my bedroom studio. And sometimes, you know, the train had already left the station where a launch is concerned. The train had already left the station. We just done boot camp. It was an incredible week in the hive. If you were in the IATQB hive last week, you will have seen. Give me a sec. I'll put my lips on and I can chat to you then. Hang on. So if you were in the IATQB hive last week, you'll have seen that we were doing the Be Her boot camp where I was teaching. Hang on. Otherwise, I'm gonna have wonky lips. I was teaching as many of you as possible some really cool hints, tips, and tricks to get you more visible, to get you out of your own way, to get you speaking about your businesses, speaking about your missions, and sharing that not just within the hive. And it's been really lovely to see the hive really bustling, but to see you all connecting, to see you not just in the hive but outside of the hive as well. So many of you have sent me messages saying thank you so much for the boot camp, it's giving me the kick up the arse that I need, and that's exactly what I wanted. And off of the back of that, lots of you have been jumping in for chats with me. I've had lots of lovely conversations with lots and lots of you about Be Heard, about Be Heard Pro, about the Be Inspired program. And we're opening, because of the situation that my family and I are in, we're keeping the cart open right up until next Friday. So there's lots of time in my diary next week to have a chat with me. If you do want to work with me, we're going to get started with Be Heard on the 3rd of May. So you've got right up until then to come and jump in and to come and speak about your business and have me train you how to speak about your business. So thank you to everyone that's noticed I've been a little bit quiet. How incredible is it that my team, it might not have looked, it's weird, right? That the way that my business is set up now, intentionally, is that my quiet is other people's superhuman. And I have to remember that sometimes and not like beat myself up for that sometimes, that I'm so like online and so chatty with you all the time, and I'm always here, that actually when I'm not, my business is set up so that it feels like it anyway. So there's been, you know, scheduled posts that have gone out, there's been, you know, marketing that we've done as well as the when I've been able to, some of the more like organic bits and pieces. But it's been tough to think about those organic bits and pieces and to still remain present, because when we're in launch, we only launch twice a year. We only open the doors to my programs twice a year. So it's this or next September, October. So when we're launching these programs, I'm securing the income for the business and my family for the next 6 or 7 months, or for the next year, in fact, because, you know, the payment plans are over the course of the year. You know, we're sorting out the payments for our suppliers for the next event, and it's all very big stuff. So once that's in the plan and in the program, it's very difficult when you're an entrepreneur to like take that time. So how incredible my team have been in making it not look like I'm still here, because I've still been here, but I've just not been able to go live. You'll have still seen a post from me every day, be it organic or otherwise, and I'm just so grateful that I'm surrounded by the best people who have just picked up and run with all of our plans. And I know that's how it should be, but it's ace, I guess, when you see that happening in real life, when you see that, oh, the things that I've set up are working, thank fuck for that. To actually see that and to have been able to not breathe, because there's still been a lot in the background that I've had to turn up for. So my client calls, I've tried to keep as much of my client calls in situ as possible, as many of my discovery calls as I can do. There's been delivery and training that I've still been doing in the background, as well as all of the family stuff and supporting my family through this. It's been rough, really, really fucking rough. And yeah, I wanted to apologize and also let you know, if you didn't know, that's something that's been going on. So if I haven't been as responsive in my DMs as I normally would be, or in my WhatsApp as I normally would be, that's why. that right now in this moment, it's hard. Right, when you're in launch, here's the conundrum, is that I really struggle to have bandwidth to respond to people from ad hoc stuff. But I'm very mindful that people have questions about the programs that I'm running, the fact that the doors are open at the moment, you know, what's in it for them, what value are they going to get out of it. And that's why we've got the calls set up. That's why we've got the spaces in my diary over the course of the next week set up so that I can answer those questions in a really structured way. Like ad hoc questions in my DMs are quite difficult to get to when I'm going from one thing to the next. So if you do want to have a chat about the programs that we've got, I'm here for it. If you go to imthequeenbee.co.uk and book in a discovery call, it's easier than for me to kind of keep firing off lots and lots of DMs. And lots of my friends, you've been checking in with me. I love you. Sometimes I might just respond with a heart, and I think that that's the best way at the minute. And the reason why I'm telling you this is that sometimes you're going to find yourself in this position, and half of you is going to feel like you're going to want to still save the world. And there's lots of things that I'm working on right now that I've just had to let go a minute and let go of the reins of and just trust. For example, I've got a gig that's happening on Thursday next week in Guildford. So me and my incredible friend George Alfie, and we're being supported by an awesome upcoming band called the Space Fishermen. I smile because their name's amazing. And ordinarily I'd have had a whole campaign around tickets. We've had to change venue at the last minute from London to Guildford. And one of my worries is that, is anyone going to come? And of course they will, but it's been one of the things that I've just had to trust that it's just going to happen. Whereas, because it's a gig for me, and I don't it's the only gig that I'm doing this year, it's a joy thing for me. It's not a business thing for me. I get to sing with my mate for an evening. It's a social for IATQB if you can make it. But the big main focus right now has to be on the launch, has to be on Be Heard and Be Heard Pro and Be Inspired, and making sure that all of that is all sorted and all nice and full, and that everyone is onboarded and welcomed in like they deserve to be. And sometimes things like that is going to happen. Life is going to happen, and you're going to have to make decisions over, what is the priority. And it doesn't mean that the other things mean any less. It just means that you've got to focus on what you've got to focus on. And those boundaries have got to be really strong. And sometimes you're going to win some, and sometimes you're going to lose some. And whatever that is and wherever that lands, it's just going to have to, and we're going to make the best of it. So yeah, it's been a funny old time, you lot. And thank you to everybody that's checked in. I'm really sorry if I've not been able to directly get back to everyone in the way that I would normally like to. Please don't think that I'm ignorant. I promise that I'm not. If there's anything sort of logistical, if you're watching along and you're a client or you're about to start on one of our programs, don't email me directly. Email bookings@imthequeenbee.co.uk, and the team will hold on to that information and make sure you get everything that you need. If you DM me, it might get picked up and lost in the melee. My DMs are crazy at the best of times. Right now, they're insane. So yeah, if you need something from us, email bookings@imthequeenbee.co.uk. Oh, where's your gig in Guildford? Ginny, come to it. It's at the Star Inn on Quarry Street on Thursday next week. That's where it is. It's the Star Inn in Guildford. We start at 7:30. Band will be on at first band will be on at 8 o'clock. I'll be on after that, and then George and his amazing band. And we're actually filming his show reel that night. So it's a really important night for George, who's a friend of the IATQB community. He's performed a few times at Be Inspired. He is going to be making some waves, and I'm so excited to be supporting him on his journey. And I would love it to have as many of you there as possible. If you do want tickets, please send me a DM and I'll send you the link to book tickets. It's £15 a ticket. It he's such a phenomenal talent, and he's going to be making some real waves. So really excited to be supporting him, and everything that he is as an artist is just dead good. He really deserves it. He really deserves to do well. So yeah, he's an act that I'm supporting right now, and I get to sing, you know, as part of his show and as part of this next bit of his journey. And that's really, really exciting for me as an artist. I don't get to sing as much as I would like anymore. In fact, this is my only singing gig this year. There's no speaking, there's no business. It's all pleasure. I'm not down south till Friday. I wonder if we can come down. Oh, Ginny, please come down early. Let's see who we can get. I know Lucy Dixon is hopefully coming along, so we can get the band back together. So yeah, next week's really exciting, but also one of the things that's like giving me a little bit of anxiety. Like one of the things that I would have liked to have really pushed a little harder on, but haven't been able to. But when life happens, and it's seismic shifts, it's not just a little thing. It's like a massive shift in the tectonic plate of our whole family has just done this really quickly, and everyone is just sort of reeling and trying to catch their breath from all respects. So yeah, it's been a tough old time, but there are lots of things to look forward to still, lots of things for the family to look forward to. I just wanted to make sure that I was checking in with you all to say, hey, I am still here. The Short Wise Up Rise Up show is still here. It's going to be changing in the next month, 2 months or so, and I can't wait to share with you what that is. We're going to be bringing even more to you for the Short Wise Up Rise Up show. We're going to be making it a little more exclusive. We're going to be making it a little more high end. We're going to be making it a little more, and I can't wait to share with you what it is we're going to be doing. So if you want to know more about that, keep your peepers peeled. There's going to be lots of ways that you can get involved. We're going to be looking for support for the show. We're going to be looking for guests. We're going to be looking to take all of the amazing things that we do within Be Inspired with regards to inclusivity and accessibility, and bring that to the Short Wise Up Rise Up show in a really big and meaningful way, and support you lot in the process in a really big and meaningful way. So yeah, really, really exciting. I think that's it. I think that's everything that I need to say this morning without kind of getting overly emotional. But yeah, the Short Wise Up Rise Up show is about to pop off. It's about to what we're going to do with the Short Wise Up Rise Up show, and everything attached to it is going to mean much more learning for you, much more quality for you, much more value for you, much more investment in this, so that you've got something really meaningful instead of just a catch up with me, actually taking it back to our roots, and doing some real learning as a part of it. So making it a little structured so that you've got something that has direct access to me that is going to help you grow on your journey as well. So I've been planning in the background with the team some exciting things that are going to be coming out in the summer. We've got the Summer Swarm coming up. For those of you that have been on the Summer Swarm before, these are one-day strategy days that see me taking to the road in the month of July, looking at the next 6 months in your business. So if you want to know more about the Swarm, make sure that you signed up to the email list. More on the Summer Swarm coming out again in the next few weeks. It'll be circa sort of $350, something like that, to come and spend the day with me in a region near you, where I will hold space for you to make some plans for the next 6 months, specifically centered around your messaging and your product suite. So that's really cool. If you've been on the Summer Swarm before, they're real fun. And we do lots of really good stuff together as part of that. And then at the end of the summer, I'm bringing something out a little new. Something that's a bit of an extension to the I Am the Queen Bee Overcoming Self-Sabotage to Fly Anyway book. So lots of really cool stuff happening. But forgive me, for the last few weeks, it's been a little bit difficult. But thank you. Thank you for being you. Thank us for being us. Thank you for having my back. I love you. I will see you on Monday for more Showing Up, Wising Up and Rising Up. Anyone who wants to chat with me about the Be Heard speaking program, the Be Heard Pro attachment to that speaking program, and also if you want to be speaking on stage in the March Be Inspired and work with me for the next year, then go to imthequeenbee.co.uk and book in a little chat. Have a brilliant day. I hope that you are celebrating something today. I'm celebrating being able to go back live with you. I've missed you. I've missed chatting to you. I also want to say before I go, I am so excited to be participating in Joe McMeekin and Send Stories Inclusive Business Mark training. Please do go and check out Send Story. Go and check out Joe McMeekin. To have a continual professional development aspect to IATQB is necessary for us to always be learning more about inclusion, and we're doing that in a really meaningful way by investing in our team's learning and development where inclusion is concerned, and we are doing that with Joe McMeekin. Please do go and check that out. Joe, pop the links in if you are still if you're still watching along. I love you. Thank you so much for being you. Let's have each other's back in the hive. Do us a favor, if you're not in there already, go and get in there, go and say hey. And I will be in the hive over the weekend because I want to have a catch up with you in there. We're going to have a little bit of a reconvene. We're going to pull the reins back in and get things sorted and get some order back into the IATQB hive. That's my free community where we share successes and share our challenges. I love you. I will see you all on Monday for more Showing Up, Rising Up and Wising Up. Take care.